Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Saturday, November 16th, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, or the Tube, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. Why would you do that? We've got the Wandering Soul Oracle. It might be a little more of an oracle and affirmations, but we'll see what happens. I might be taking a sip of my coffee from time to time. Just an FYI. We got 2 on the table. We got 4 on the table. Whew. We got 6 on the table. 8 on the table. Okay, why do they keep coming out and choose? Let's do one more shuffle. We got 8 cards on the table. We got 9 cards at the bottom of the deck. Top of the deck. Luck. You know how I feel about that. I'm going to set this here on top of the empty box on the sill. We've got grounded. Close the lid. Future predictions. Vulnerable. Strength. Open. Moon or moon phases. Communicate. Lineal truth. I have to look this up because linear, yes. So is that this like the same thing? I want to look it up. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Let me Google this real quick. Click. Lineal, number 1, in a direct line of descent or ancestry. Number 2, relating to or consisting of lines, linear. So same thing. Like I said, feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. So someone feels grounded. And that's not to say that they couldn't be grounding or they feel grounded. But when the card first came out, I thought like, oh, somebody's grounded. Like when you ground your kids when they do, bad and you ground them. I was like, oh, somebody's grounded. But I was picturing an adult. With the close the lid, this is someone that is closed off right now. This is someone that has like sequestered themselves um, from other people. Uh, it's a picture of boxes. It's like they box themselves in. And I just heard they're learning something. So maybe they're studying something. With the future predictions, this is someone that might be trying to tap into like their gifts, intuition, psychic abilities. Someone trying to see if they have that. Um, Somebody that is like looking on their past and thinking like, how did I not see that coming? How did I go through like the same cycle over and over again and not realize it? Um, it's like a negative connotation, but it's somebody like recognizing that it was negative and they're trying to like fix it. The thing is, and I'm gonna say this. I feel like every person has some type of intuition, has some type of psychic ability. That's just my personal opinion. But I also think that these are things that you can't force. You have to work with them naturally. And I feel like you have to manifest for them through God, through your angels, through your ancestors, your dearly departed loved ones, through positive manifestations, okay? Not, bullshit voodoo BS that I always talk about. Yeah, I said bullshit twice because it's bullshit. Black magic bullshit. I don't think this person is doing that here. It's almost like they're trying to force themselves into something. Things come naturally when they come. That's just my opinion. This person feels very vulnerable. This person might actually be at the heart of things a little naive, um, a little too open, a little too caring, giving, loving. I mean, we all want to say that we want everybody to be caring and giving and loving, but at the end of the day, you also got to recognize that people have to take care of themselves. I think this person is trying to do that. I just think they come off as very. I just heard weak. And again, I heard naive. I think this person is going through some type of healing journey, even if they're not going to recognize that for themselves. Because again, vulnerable, like you're closeted away by yourself. You grounded yourself. You did this on purpose. You're staying away from people, but you still feel vulnerable. Take how that resonates. So, this last row of cards here, these last 5 cards: strength, open, the moon phases, communicate, linear truth, right? This person This person wants to find the strength to open up communication with somebody here, to come in with some type of truth. Sorry, I keep getting notifications on my phone. It's driving me nuts. In fact, I'm going to turn it over so I don't see, because I don't need to see them. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Time, linear time. So this truth, it could be something about the past. It could be something about what is going on today. It could have to do with why this person has grounded themselves and closed themselves off from other people. I heard from society. Now the communicate card, it we all know what this is for. This is for, your Ouija board, okay? Or we would all associate that with that, right? This person, if they don't want to come, okay, well, let me let me rephrase this. This person wants to come in with communication. They want to open the door for communication. I feel like the first way that they open the door for communication is through some type of psychic reach out, some type of dream reach out, something like that. Like this is someone possibly trying to use magic to reach out to you in your dreams when you're sleeping, just psychically, trying to put things in your head. And I don't think they're, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think people should be doing those types of things. However, I feel like this person is trying to put out the vibe that, like, hey, be open to communication with me, like I need to talk to you. So if this is someone, and it doesn't matter your past, your present, if this is someone that, friend, family member, lover, it doesn't matter. If this is someone that you like got in an argument with and you fell off from, but you've been very vocal about how you don't want to have anything to do with this person, whether it be on social media, whether it be with friends, family, mutual friends, family, this person is trying to put out the vibe like, hey, I know you're upset, but can you just give me like 10 minutes of your time to have a conversation? I need to tell you something. It's like they're trying to put out this vibe to like calm you down so that they can actually come in with real communication. That's what I'm seeing. Because the open with the door picture on it for me is two things. One, they want to open that door to communication. Two, this is the door to like your mind, like they're trying to get in there to put some type of positive vibe in there, for their benefit so that they can actually come in. And then actually three, like they want to come in with real communication, like verbal, like let's meet, let's have a chat. And this, with the strength card, this person is, it might be the reason why they might be sequestered, they might be like grounding themselves, they might be closing themselves off from society, is because it's quite literally taking all this person's strength to send you these psychic messages intuitively to let them in. Now, are you getting them? I don't know. You tell me. They might be using some type of moon magic. Um, Again, it's not necessarily. I mean, do I condone it? No. Like, you shouldn't be invading someone's mental space. You shouldn't be invading like their dreams, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's not necessarily like the worst type of moon magic you could see, right? This could be someone that is usually very in touch with the moon. This could be someone that uses the moon to their benefit, good and bad. Okay. This is someone that might manifest based on the cycles of the moon. This is someone, if whatever their placement is in their moon, it might be like a defining factor for their, I don't know how you would say it, genetic makeup, but not like genetic makeup, like I tell you guys all the time, like, do your birth chart or whatever, so you can figure out like all your signage and all that jazz. Like, this person's moon, whatever it's in, like if it's Libra or Scorpio or Sag or whatever, Leo, does it, whatever. It's a very defining part of their birth chart for them. I think this person really is very in touch with the moon. And again, not that I condone it, but they use it for good and for bad. Um, they may try to like balance that out in some way with some type of appeasement to the moon. Like, I'm sorry I used you to do bad, but I love you. I love you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they use it for for bad and good. Or this person could view it that they were using it for good because they were using it for themselves, when in actuality, if you or I looked and saw this person using the moon for what they were using it for, we would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't, don't do that, don't do that. So this person might not have realized, maybe now they do realize. And again, I don't really condone using the moon to try and bring people back into your life through, some type of, sorry, I got distracted by the squirrel. Um, like in their dream state and psychic and all that jazz. I don't really condone that, but at the same time, like, I don't know, this person just seems very desperate. Desperate. Like, my chest is tightening. Like, I can feel like the inside of my chest tightening. Like an anxious kind of feeling. I just heard, I hope this works. This needs to work. Now, whatever this troop, whatever this truth is that they want to bring towards you or towards somebody, um, I just heard, for some of you, it's irrelevant. For some of you, like, you might already know, you might have intuitively known or suspected something. So for you, this truth, this conversation that they're going to come in with is, it's not going to make a difference for you either way. I just heard, let them say their piece. And I think that's all this person really wants, honestly, is to say what they have to say. I don't know. if this person might be looking for forgiveness for something, and I just heard if it's offered. So what I'm taking that to mean is this person's going to come in with communication. There is the possibility that they do want some type of forgiveness. They're not going to push for it. And if it is offered, I just started to get tears in my eyes. I think this person would, and I heard the word ecstatic and grateful. This person would be absolutely ecstatic and grateful if they were to receive forgiveness. But again, I don't think this person is going to bring it up or ask for it. And I don't think this person expects it. When I look at this tree too on this lineal truth card, um, and I look at the branches and I look at the roots. So this truth might have been a long time coming. For some of you, I just heard years. I heard many moons, like many moon cycles, right? Also, whatever this truth is for some of you, it, okay, so I don't, so, okay. So for some of you, this truth is going to be like about a deeply rooted connection you have with another person. And how long, like if you were betrayed in some type of way, by another person, how long was that betrayal going on for? Because when I look at the branches and I look at the roots, a long fucking time. Now, do I consider hours, minutes, days, months, years, decades a long time? What do I consider a long time? Time is relative. Time is lineal. So, that's for you to decide. Like if you were being betrayed by a loved one, um a, a friend, a lover, for a year plus, to me that's a long time. To me that's a long time. Especially if it's something that could just be acknowledged and then the two of you can part ways. But no, somebody decides to betray you and treat you like shit behind your back for how long? A year? 5 years? 10 years? 15 years? It's too long. And when I look at this card, I see a long time. But again, take how that resonates. Because, like I said, like for me, a year plus is too long. It's just like how I always say, when people want to come in for communication after like a breakup or a parting of ways, if this is a family member or a friend. Um, I've told you guys before, in my situation, we've got like 2 years for, and coming on 2 years for some people that I called it quits with. And I'm not talking about lovers per se, friends, family members, people that I considered family. It's too long. Like 2 years is too long. And I, I'm not saying that necessarily to discourage someone from coming in. Like if someone from my past is watching this video and they're like, oh, I haven't been in communication with her for 3 years, so I shouldn't come in and say anything. That's up to you, man. I can't tell you what to do. You know, for me, 2 years, yeah, it's too long. Like like, and let's just say this is a friend that I had a falling out with, okay, and I just decided to go no contact because they're abusive or they're mean or very self-involved, whatever, just some type of negative undertone to the relationship. And 2 years later, this person's like, well, like, I understand, like, maybe I fucked up, we both fucked up. Let me go in and talk to this person and see what's going on. And let's say they find out I have a YouTube channel and they're like, oh, I'm going to get on there and watch some of their videos. And they see this video and they see me talking about how 2 years is too long to come in for communication. Again, I can't tell you to not come in for communication. That is up to you, to someone else to figure out. If they come in and watch my video and they're like, oh, so I guess they don't want to talk to me. I don't know. Because you haven't put yourself out there. You haven't said anything. You haven't shown your face. You haven't called. You haven't texted. You haven't sent me a letter. Nothing. I have no idea. Now, I've said before, there are certain people that I will absolutely have no contact with because I don't put up with abuse. And the only exception that I make in that instance is for my parents, for my brother. Um, but friends, family, friends that I consider family, lovers, I don't know how I feel until you come in with communication. You know, I'm sitting over here doing my own thing, living my life. I have other friends that I consider family. I have my job. I have this life. I have my home. I have things that I do without the people that I let go. So I can't tell you how I'm going to feel until someone comes in and says something. That being said, do I think that they should have any expectation? No. No. If we had a falling out for whatever reason, you have absolutely no right to any expectation. And until you realize that, then you probably shouldn't come in with communication. Because again, I don't know how I'm going to feel, if an ex-lover that cheated on me comes in after 3-4 years and is like, hey, how you doing? Can we talk? I'm not going to know that until that communication comes in. I like to think in my mind that I would be open to communication, but I absolutely in no way need to take that person back. And I know that. I know that. And I would think that that person would know that as well. That's the chance they take when they come back in. That is the chance that this person is taking when they want to come in with communication. Like, you have no right to any type of reciprocity. Reciprocity is what it is, I think. Um, you know what's funny about that word is I always thought you were supposed to say it reciprocity. That's probably why I said it too, because I always thought that. Reciprocity. Um, yeah, nobody has any right to you to feel any certain type of way about them or a situation. You know, you either come in with communication and say what you have to say, knowing that it could go either way, or don't. Don't. In my opinion, everything is fated or destined. So if someone from my past is going to come in with some type of communication, it's going to happen. A year later, 5 years later, 10 years later, it's going to happen. That being said, again, 10 years down the road, do I want to hear from an ex-lover? It's too late. Whether or not I'm with another person is totally not even part of the issue. 10 years to come back with some type of apology or seeking forgiveness or wanting to make amends or wanting to tell the truth of a situation. 10 years? Like, that is beyond too late. Beyond, in my opinion. I'm just going to say this because I'm going to put this in context for you. So I've talked before about how I was physically and sexually assaulted by a friend of mine's boyfriend at work because we all work together for the same company. We all still work there. Um, I actually see him more than I see her in the warehouse. I never pressed charges on him. I never reported him to HR because of her, because of our friendship. Now, should I have pressed charges against him? Should I have turned? Yes, absolutely. Of course I should have. I didn't. I I I I regret that every day. That being said, because even if they did nothing, which most likely they would have done nothing, it would be out there. You know what I'm saying? It would be out there. Last year, she came in and wanted to have a conversation with me. And my initial reaction was like, oh, here we go. Like, 2 years later, you want to have a conversation? And it was. It was almost exactly 2 years later. It was like a year and 10 months, 11 months, something like that. But I met her for coffee and we sat and talked for, I want to say like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And, she apologized twice. I did not offer her forgiveness, but I took her apology. I thanked her for her apology. Um, I know that she is no longer with him. He's actually with someone else in the warehouse, of course, because that is his MO. Um, but I know she talks to him. I've seen them talking before, and I mean, whatever, it's none of my business. But last year, when we had our conversation and we parted ways, um, she wanted to get together and, kind of rekindle our friendship. Um, we had only known each other for like probably almost 2 years, like a year and a half when that happened between him and I. Um, but it's funny because when we both got hired at the same time, she started the day before me and we were in the same department. We became best friends at work and everybody thought we were friends or sisters. Everybody thought we came to our job to work together on purpose. And her and I always referred to ourselves as Lucy and Ethel because we really were. And we still are. I talked to her like I not this past week, but the week before. I had just like a little miniature, like, 2 minutes conversation with her. And it always makes me smile because her and I just have that quick banter back and forth, but funny and friendly and caring and loving, like two sisters. And I firmly believe that when I met her, like she's supposed to be my soul tribe. Like we were supposed to be best friends. Um but last year after we had our conversation and she kind of intimated, she kind of insinuated that she wanted to keep having contact, and rekindle the friendship. And I did not. And I didn't tell her that. I just figured my silence would be good enough. And it was. Um, and again, we only ever really see each other at work every once in a while. But the funny thing is like the last couple months, I've really been thinking about texting her, or calling her, or reaching out to her and being like, hey, do you want to hang out? And it makes me realize, like, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how things happen and transpire in this world. Because last year I was not ready. Like, I was grateful and thankful for her apology more than anybody could ever know, more than she could know. But I wasn't ready. And now I think I am, to rekindle that friendship. And maybe today will be the day that I send her a text. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And if she were to deny me this time, I would understand. You know? I would understand. I would hope that this person would understand. You know, they want to come in with some type of truth, some type of communication. You know, somebody might not be ready to hear it. Somebody might not want to hear it. Somebody might hear it and then be like, okay, thanks, bye. I think that's the chance you take when you come in and you want to rekindle something. Um, you want to reach out. You want that communication. You want to open that door. You have to realize that what's on the other side of that door is not within your control. And what you see on the other side, you might not like. Now, I'm not telling people, when people come in to apologize, that you should be mean to them or anything like that. I actually say the exact opposite. You should try to be as nice as you can, as polite as you can. Use your intuition. If it feels like it's insincere, then let them move on and don't even think twice about it. If you feel like they're sincere, you want to take them back as a friend or whatever, that's up to you. But the person coming in with the communication, when they open that door, there should be no expectations, because you're lucky that the door opens for you in the first place. And even though I look back on my friendship with my friend, and I now, another year later, kind of year and a half, want to rekindle a friendship, I understand that when I reach out and I open that door, I might be met with resistance. Because when she reached out and opened that door, she was met with resistance. That's growth. That's healing. That's knowledge. That's power. And if I were to reach out and open that door and, try to get together and she says, no, sorry, not interested, I honestly don't even think I would be like hurt about it, because again, like, it took me a year and a half to get there. Just like it took her almost 2 years to get to the apology. And I didn't hold anything against her when that went down. I mean, I didn't offer her for her forgiveness. I honestly didn't really look at it like that, though. Like, I don't think there's anything to forgive her for. I don't think she really did anything wrong. I think she thought, like, she was sticking by her man. I'm just saying, when you open the door, you have no right to have expectations on what you're going to encounter on the other side. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope, if you're someone that is looking to open the door for communication, you heard what I said. And I hope you do what you need to do for yourself. And just know that nobody owes you anything in this world. People get on here all the time and say, oh, people don't owe you an apology. They don't owe you anything. You guys know how I feel about that. That's a very narcissistic attitude. But at the same time, people don't owe you anything. Like I don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody anything. So if you're the person that wants to come in with the communication and open the door, I think it's just wise to move forward knowing that you need to do that selflessly for your own growth and your own healing. Because what you encounter on the other side of that door might not be what you're hoping for. And really, in all actuality, you should just not be hoping for anything. You should be communicating and telling the truth for yourself. And again, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope everybody has a wonderful Saturday and a great weekend. And I will talk to you later. Bye.